Oh,
Hey,
we're still playing that. It just repeated. I will remove that. Okay, hi. Okay, nice. Let me turn off that music. And hello, everyone. Welcome to today's vibe coding session. The title today is Vibe Coding Agents and Thirdweb Insights from On-Chain Events to Queries. And as always, I have Viral here from the Zello DevRel team, our vibe coding expert, and he will share more like in this workshop today. Viral will just like explain how to use Thirdweb Insights, kind of like how to query blockchain data into your agents and how to all do that also with some vibe coding tools that are built on Zello. So yeah, welcome Viral. How are you doing?
I am good. Where are you?
I am in Accra right now.
But
Thank
my
you for asking me that. Nice, good question. If you're in Accra, if you will be at Magma Summit or at East Accra, let me know. Ping me at Gigahertz, and we can catch up and hang out. I would love that. So yeah, make sure. Wait, yeah. Where are you, girl?
I'm in Bangalore, India.
Okay.
So if you're coming to eat Global Delhi, let me know. We both will be there actually.
We will actually be both there, so you should let us know if you want to talk to us about your very cool startup. We are happy to learn more about that and also share more opportunities in the Zello ecosystem. Yeah, make sure to reach out. And yeah, I think we can dive right in. This is like our third session for this specific agent. Overall, maybe you can share more about the overall idea behind the vibe coding session, what we did in the last sessions, and what we're going to do today and what people will go out of today. Are you able to put on your camera or the internet is just not that stable?
There's an internet issue, so once it's good, I'll turn it on. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll share my screen. It's not allowing me to. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start. I'll give you a very quick high overview if you haven't seen our past workshops. So what we are going to do is we continue building on the same agent that we built on last time. So the first session we started, we used Cello Composer and we created a chat interface AI agent that can basically have conversations with blockchains. So you can get your balance, you can basically ask for the latest block, and that's all. Right. So today, what we'll be doing is we'll be adding support for something called Thirdweb Insights. So first, let's see what Thirdweb Insights is quickly, and then we can I can share what basically it opens up for our agent. So you can see quick use cases, and in the use case, you can see it displays in-game assets such as tokens. It displays earn tokens. There are a lot of blockchain conversation things you can do. For example, you can say what are the 5 last transactions done by Lena, and it'll give you exact in-depth analysis on the last 5 transactions. It can be a NFT bot, or it can be $1 million bot from Uniswap. So it can be anything, and it will basically allow you to have conversations to a blockchain. And you can also ask something like, what are the 5 last swaps done on Uniswap? And everything related to blockchain data you can have conversations with, which is not technically possible with RPCs. So with RPCs, you can still do it, but RPCs are really, really slow the moment you ask questions which are, let's say, 2 weeks older. So moment you ask like what are the last 5 days transactions, it will like take forever to respond because RPCs are built basically to interact at a very high level of the blockchain, which is to push a transaction or get last block or get the nonce or stuff like that. But it's technically not optimized for fetching old historical data, right? So what we are going to do is we're going to use Insights, and Insights is a kind of LLM, you can say. This is
Can
an
you zoom
LLM
in
that,
a tiny bit?
yes. Is it okay?
Thank you. Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Yes. So they don't publicize it as an indexer, but it is basically indexing all the blockchain, not just Celo, but they index a lot of blockchains. So if you're building something which is cross-chain, then also you can basically have conversations on different blockchains in the same interface. So if you go to Playground, and this is the main area that you want to look into, and you can query blockchain based on events, based on contract events, based on any specific signature that you want. And this signature, if you're new to blockchain, means um, uh, let's say swaps is a signature. In ABIs, each function has its own signature, right? So if you know that you want to track only this particular signature, then you can create a custom filter for that using this. There's get transactions, get contract transactions, get block information, get token owners by contract, all these functions for NFTs, wallets, contracts, decode something, resolve, and ENS. This is basically to resolve ENS. Everything is available. You can quickly check. Okay. What we can do is I can put something like my own input and okay, chain ID. We'll have to use Ethereum because it's ENS. So the thing with insights is it might be seems like it's taking a lot of time for the first time, but the moment you run it for the next time for any other thing, it will be really fast because they use pre-caching. Wait, this is taking surprisingly long time.
Maybe you have too many assets.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. So it gave me the chain ID that's on Ethereum. This is my address, this is my public address. And if I run it again, it will be much faster than the last time. I think they need to optimize this. The resolve for your show. Let's see other things. Like we'll quickly check out all the features and then we'll vibe code this. One of the thing is getting events. So each smart contract or each function when called on chain emit events. And you can filter each event here. So you can select Spello. You can sort by, if you know a particular field, you can sort it by that. But the best thing here is these filters. So you can say filter all the blocks that are greater than 5 and less than 10. So it will fetch you the 5 transactions. But let's go to Spello scan. Current block number. Okay, this is the current block number. We can go again to Playground. Just put in the block number and nothing like this limit, nothing like that. Just getting all the events in that particular block number. And it did not go because it has this field. Anything else? Okay.
Can you zoom in a bit more
Okay,
so we can
because
see like
this,
the query output? Yeah. Nice.
yeah, so this was empty because Stello is really fast right now, and most probably this transaction or this block did not had any event in it. Okay, let's see something else. Contract event, transactions. Shit, sorry, my bad. I was querying the wrong wrong endpoint. This is the one that we wanted to do. And yeah.
And just for everyone, we are like in the playground right now. This is like amazing. I think about the Thirdweb docs is that you can everything that you find in the docs, you can immediately test out and then just like copy the query, add that into your code. So it's even if you don't have too much experience with coding, I feel like that's a very like amazing developer experience.
Lina, can you share my screen again?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I changed my monitor. Let me zoom in. Okay, is this better now?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, perfect. So, what is happening here? Maybe that the indexer is slow. Let's try this because I've seen a lot of indexers basically wait for the confirmation. So if we try a older block number, let's take 6,000 or older. We can group by, aggregate. We don't need to do anything. Okay, let's try this. Hmm. There's something wrong here. Let's see token price.
Maybe let's just get the token price of Settler. Yeah.
Yeah. So where you find seller address is docs.seller.org. Go into the tooling and go into the contracts, token contracts, and you can find seller. You can do address. Oh, they have an option to search by symbol name. Let's try that. Oh, perfect. That was fast. Seller price is correct. And since Cello is L2, it's deployed as a native token as well. So that's why we have it's showing two tokens, and that's right. Let's try USD. And yeah, it's working. We can also quickly try with the address. And yeah, this is perfect and fast. I'm still not sure why this thing is not working. I think we should report if it still persists, but I can just do remove one number. I'll try the older block. Hmm. Okay, let's try something else. Is it just Cello or Ethereum as well? Can go to Etherscan. That latest block. Ah, you see the extra space? I think that was the issue.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Oh no. Okay, there's something wrong
Okay.
also.
Okay. Let's move on.
Okay, so I think yeah,
And
this particular thing is broken, but everything else is working. Wallets, NFTs, get wallet transactions, wallet address. Let me get
so
my
show
wallet
us
address.
your
Just last step.
financial history, Viral.
I'm using my public wallet address, so
Nothing is going on there.
yeah.
I feel like I
Okay.
also only get like some rewards there, but
What kind of rewards?
what kind of rewards? It's been a long time. I feel like whenever I do a hackathon, I still get my rewards paid to that wallet. So I have like a lot,
Yeah.
like a huge variety of tokens in that wallet. But
And we also
no,
have a program
yeah.
with Talent Protocol. You want to share more about that?
Sorry,
Where
can
people
you?
can get rewarded. In Talent Protocol, people can get rewarded, right? Or building.
Those rewards. That's what you're talking about.
That's
Yeah.
what I was going to,
I'm
but
so,
okay.
but I have been excluded from those rewards, unfortunately, so I couldn't share that.
Me
Thank
too.
you. That was like so subtle and amazing that I didn't even get it. Um, so thank you for that reminder. For everybody who's watching, if you're not yet building on Settler, we have very cool incentives and campaigns and rewards. So if you want to just test out building on Settler after this workshop, make sure to apply to proof of ship. You can find the link to sign up in the Twitter profile of Settler Devs, And then you just basically just apply, build whatever you're building, and then you will automatically, you just need to create your profile on Talent Protocol, get a human check mark, and then you will get a monthly builder reward. And the current price pool is monthly 15,000 Celo, but we have some excitement announcement for the upcoming months. So there might be some more rewards, and so very excited to share that with you on Monday. When the next proof of ship starts. It's a monthly contest or a hackathon. And you can kind of like bring an existing project, start from scratch. The main goal is just that you are shipping some code and building cool products on Settler. And yeah, Viral, what are you preparing there?
Yes. So next thing that we're going to do is integrate this. And this is something that I'm also doing for the first time. So let's see how it goes. So what I would usually do before starting any big integration is try to see if this particular documentation has llms.txt. And yeah, like Thirdweb is really good in their documentation. They just did a really big revamp of their documentation, and they have txt file. So what you do is just copy this link, go to cursor, add that. You can do docs, add a new doc, paste in the link, and there we go. So now you can every time just tag insight, and it will know everything about. It will basically know everything about insights, right? That's perfect. Okay, so we can start by having some conversation. So what I usually do is if this is something that I'm doing for the first time, I would
Can you
ask
zoom in
LLM
there?
to create a plan. Yeah. So I'll just show how I would proceed being a technical person. But if you are a non-technical person, you can skip this piece. But I am very specific around how I want the architecture to be. And that's why I always try to ask question around, give me a plan. And then I review the plan. If I feel like it is a good enough plan, then I just say that, yeah, implement this. So the only downside, it consumes more token because it has to give you a plan first. But there are two good side about it is that you now learn how internally the code works, because I've seen a lot of the time people are vibe coding and they have no idea how internally the application is working, right? So if you do this way, then you know each file, and by doing this, you can write better prompts because you understand the whole application and the whole code. You know which file is responsible for what code, and based on that, you can write better prompts. So this is what I like to do is basically just, yeah,
Can you
let's
just
start
give
this.
a quick intro? Like the code that you have here now is the code from the last workshop, right?
Yes,
Um,
yes.
Before you get started, can you just
I'll,
like share what we did in the week before?
perfect. So this is an open source project. You can find it on GitHub. I just did PNP dev, and it's starting. Let me show quickly. There is an env example file, which supports a lot of different LLM models. What I'm using right now is Google Gemini API key that I've added in my env file. There's a Docker that you can just basically run. Oh, wait, I forgot to add Docker. But oh, sorry, in the last call, we did use something called neo.tech. Lina, you can share the link. So this is
Yeah.
fastest way to get a small database for free. So in the last call, we set this up and got a link, and we used that in our .env. For Redis also, we did redis.io. So in the documentation, you can see redis.io. Just go to redis.io and create a new free Redis, it'll give you a small Redis, but you can use that. And just follow the comment on top of all the links, and you can get that keys, right? So you only need one of these. You can add multiple, but I would recommend just whatever you have, use any one of the API key and you're good. The moment you add it and then you start the server, this is what we get. And since I've added Gemini, it gave me both options. So if you add 5 links, let's say, all the models will be listed here. You can easily choose and use. The default one in the code is Gemini. So let's start with Flash, and you can do.
Viral, Can you zoom in
See,
again,
yeah.
please?
Oh, so there we go. Also, quick note, we are using Thirdweb wallets, so I can just disconnect and show. By default, when you come, you can still interact with the application because it also supports guest users. But the moment you want to interact with blockchain stuff, you need to connect your wallet. So if I say, what's my balance, it will say your balance, right? Because it does not know your balance right now because your address because you're not connected. So we can just connect quickly. Okay. Now that we have connected, I can say something like check my wallet balance. Oh, okay. Interesting. This is the prompt. Sorry, my bad. This is the default prompt that comes up. Sorry. What is my fellow balance? That should be all. Okay. Get my seller balance. And this basically use Cello RPC to use your address and fetch your balance. So it shows that I have one seller token. Right. And if I want to quickly go around the code, most of the code lies inside lib and AI. So you don't need to understand anything else because this is a ready-made template which has all the functionalities. Like you can say something like create NFT marketplace with royalty solidity contract, right? And basically, it has a lot of UI features. Basically, it uses something called Remix, which has a good formatting of code, and it has assets. So you can full screen, you can basically close this. All those assets are pre-built, and this is the code for that. So you don't need to worry about anything else. Like artifacts, you can totally skip. Database, you didn't need to worry about at all. Again, the editor that you just saw, no need to worry about it. So all you need to do or work on is this AI folder, and this is where we add our tools. Right. So this is also some metadata like prompts. This is all the prompts that we use. There are multiple prompts like get wallet context. We have artifact prompts. So this prompts will use automatically. You don't need to select which prompt to use. But what you are looking for here is tools. So when you clone this project and you want to add something else, right? What you do is add more tools here. So we have a document tool called create document, and this is a document that you see right now, right? So it has created using this tool, it created a document that you can literally see. There's a smart contract ready that you can use. It has function get balance, and this is probably what has been called to get my seller balance. There's a function that fetch current block number, token balance, look up my ENS so I can ask what is vitalik.eth address, and it can look up that address as well. Give me a minute. Okay, better. So we have resolve ENS, we have update document and stuff like that. So what we are going to do today is add more tools to have insight support. And there are a couple of ways we can do it. Um, I haven't decided what to do, but let's see. So in Insights, we have a lot of APIs, right? So either we can create one tool that has everything to do with Insights, or we can only add tools for block, for tokens, for NFTs, for wallets, and stuff like that. So what I was thinking is to just do tokens, like just have one tool called token.ts, and which has all the support for making these API calls. For that, let's do. Any questions, Lena, before that?
No, I just wanted to say if you have any like wishes of like things that you want to implement into your agent or like that you were considering, let us know because then we can add that like to the list of features that we add to this agent. This is like an ongoing session. So if you have specific requirements, like are interested in learning about specific tools, just leave us a note in the comments or DM us, and we are happy to like share or like show how that can look like.
Awesome. Feel free to, yeah, reach out to me or Lena directly. And yeah, Okay, so let's start adding. So what I would usually do is this is a new conversation, and Cursor basically does not know the code interface the fully right now. So what I would do is start with look into, and then what I usually do to give context is just write copy and copy relative path, and then just do paste, and then select the whole directory. So in this case, when you press enter, so there's a couple of things you need to understand about how cursor works. So if you just say that, yeah, go to this directory and get the context, what it will do is it will read each and every file. But in cursor, they can only read 20 lines of code, sorry, 200 lines of code at a time. So it will basically increase the time to response. Plus, there are chances that it will miss a few blocks of code. So if you do this, that is @ and attach a folder, when you press enter, all this code will be attached in the same request. So now LLM will give you a better response. So I'd be like, yeah, look into this and understand how we add more tools to this AI interface. Then I want you to create a plan to integrate tokens API from Thirdweb Insight. Right. Before going forward, I'll still give some more context because I'm always paranoid about what if it still doesn't understand what I'm trying to do. So I'll try to give as much context as I can. And most of the time, it's just smart screenshots. So I can just directly go to this, take some screenshots. So it understands that what are the API endpoints to call, right? Because in this picture, it knows the API endpoints, query parameters, and I can do something like add all the endpoints in tokens API. Also, I can just zoom out a bit and take a screenshot of all the tokens supported. So just providing more and more context around what are the tools they need to make. So I can give more instructions like all tools needs to be in for all API calls.
Okay, I just wrote this down to me. If I'm while you're doing this, I'm preparing a thread for like things that I learned today. And on the top, it will be like, get really paranoid about not providing enough context, so you will provide enough context.
Yeah, because
I think that
I feel like if I don't give enough context, it's just time being wasted because next prompt I have to give that context, right? So why not
it's
give it at
time
the first?
wasted and credits wasted, and like you're just basically wasting everything. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Also, so
yeah, we could.
Insights has this really cool page
Can you
for
zoom in, please?
documentation. And this is API references that you can just provide to an LLM. And hopefully, if this is not blocked by bots, it can also fetch this. Get more API ref here. So now it has everything like documentation, LLM .txt. It has screenshots. It has API references. And now I just at the last I'd say do not write any code. Just give me uh, implementation plan. And now it will just take all the context and give me a plan. I review it. If I feel like they're missing something or they're not doing it the way that I want them to do it, then I just make changes in the same one. And the moment I'm satisfied, I just say, yes, implement. And that's where I get the best outcome, to be honest. Yeah, feel free to ask questions because this is like a time, like a point where it takes time. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Lena, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I was just like writing something that. So what you said is like you normally always edit your original prompt instead of like adding information in like different chats. adding on top, you just like edit the same prompt, and that's like the best outcome.
No. So my first prompt when I'm adding something is
Yeah.
instructing LLM to do not write any code yet.
Yeah.
As in to whatever you have understood based on the whole context, give me an implementation plan. And the plan is usually in steps. That first I'll do this, then I'll do this, then I'll do this. So I manually review it. And if I don't think like this is right, I just tell him that on this tape, do this. And then press enter. It will give me a new plan. Yeah, see. So it started
Okay.
giving me a plan on which file it will change. So when I'm satisfied, I'll just press enter and yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so right off the bat, I can see they're asking me to add a new Thirdweb Insights API key. But the thing is, Insights does not require a different API key. I think it just uses Thirdweb API. Sorry, Thirdweb
Yeah, you
secrets. Let
need the
me confirm.
client. I think especially if you're just querying data, if you're not writing anything, you just need your client EID and not the passkey.
Yes. I just need to find it on, yeah, it just uses Thirdweb client. So I can just copy this now and be like, check this. You just need Thirdweb client ID. Okay, so you see the benefit of doing this flow, right? I would have wasted so much time and tokens for him to implement a wrong implementation. But now, before actually implementing, I'm going through everything and making sure that it has the right context to write the code. And this way, I'm saving a lot of time, money, and tokens. Right.
Okay.
So just gave me a high-level overview that all the tools are in tools directory. Each tool needs to have this particular function. That's right. Okay, it has all the validations, environmental setup, that's right. Okay, if I go to my example file and see, we should have added Thirdweb key somewhere here. It's not in this one. Okay, let me
Because you also
check.
asked it not to write any code yet, right? So like it doesn't execute that. Oh.
Yes. Okay, so in the env example file, there's one thing that we are missing that I'm just adding. But I have it in my env file. Okay, so I've updated. So my env file, we already had this variable, but it was not in the example file, and this is the client ID. So now I can just say I already have in .env file, use that, right? So now I don't have to create any new env file. Sorry, I don't have to add anything in my env file. This is not right.
And can you give access to your env file, or do you have to like say they can access it, or they can automatically access your env
So
file?
if your file is get ignored, then they don't access it until you ask them to access it. And even though they cannot read it directly, how they do it is they run a command called cat in the terminal, and then LLM reads your env. But it only happens when you instruct.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so it gave me a list of endpoints that it's trying to integrate. I'll quickly just check that does it exist, like one of the get token transfer by transaction. So this is I'm doing just to make sure that it's not hallucinating on the endpoints, right? If I go to tokens and token transfer by transaction, it's token transaction transfer and transaction. Yeah, and then it's transaction hash. So it's right. Yeah, so it feels like everything is right. We can look into the schema validation, blah, blah, blah. Response format. Okay. This API key was wrong. And going to be like number. And now is the time when it actually goes and implement the whole code. Okay, so for more context, what I'm using for AI agents, I'm using AI SDK by Versal. So you can go to Versal AI. It should be this AI SDK. And this is the SDK, which you can see as an alternative to LangGraph. which allows you to create multiple agents, and it supports almost all the frameworks. And to be honest, like if you're creating a front-end only application or front-end heavy application, I've seen like this is the most developer friendly. Yeah, if you can see, it has, yeah, let me zoom in. It has support for image generation, prompts, tool calling, speech recognition, everything inbuilt. But if you use LangChain, you'll have to install all the packages to do it. But most of the things in AI SDK are supported, whereas in LangChain, most of the things are third-party supported, like community packages. So that's why I was trying, and I liked AI SDK. It's more developer friendly. But okay, it started creating a new tool, Thirdweb Insights. Okay, I did some description, and these are the description uh, that basically goes to LLM, explaining LLM what this function does. So query blockchain data from EVM chain using Thirdweb, and yeah, it did a lot of things. So now if you see, one of the parameter is chain ID. But if we are building, let's say, only for Cello, we can just edit it and hard code it, put Cello's chain ID. But for now, we'll just keep it. Once we have everything running, we can instruct cursor saying, yeah, just make it only for Cello, and it can hard code the chain ID. Okay, so now that it has created the tool, it's using that and integrating that tool in the whole system. So remember, we had all these tools. It's just registering the new tool right now in the list of all the available tools. After that, it goes into types and create a type for it, add it in the chat tool. So we get type support. And now it's trying to run npm build. Let's try that.
But that was so quick now,
Okay.
no?
Yeah. This
With your good
PostgreSQL
prompt.
is not well defined. Okay, let me check if I have my PostgreSQL URL. I think it has. Yeah, I have it. Let's see again.
Okay, while you're figuring that out, I will just give an intro to everybody who just joined. This is like our second session on building out an AI agent using the Vessel AI SDK and Cello Composer. And last week we created the database for like the memory. And today we are showing how to add a tooling to that agent because we're working with a template that you can find in Cello Composer. And now in this session, you're learning basically how to add your own toolings to that agent. And for that, we are implementing Thirdweb SDK to query blockchain data. And every week we will host one of these sessions to show how to build out more complex AI agents. And as Viral said, the Vercel SDK is also really useful for building more complex agent architectures in case you need to combine several agents. We talked about that. I think this is something that probably most beginners, like I would call myself a beginner with agent development, and I think that is where I struggle the most. I think it's with vibe coding, it's so easy to set up your own agent with some toolings integrated for a library. But as soon as you want to offer different functionalities, then a lot of things can break. And I think that will be also a very interesting session that we're going to host in the future, that I personally am very excited for. So make sure that you follow us on Twitter and subscribe to the YouTube account. And also make sure to give a star to the Cello Composer repository because you can find the template for the AI agent there. Let me just pin that quickly. Um, and you'll get also all of the updates. It's just, I think, such a useful starter kit that I've been using for 3 years now, I think, to kickstart any kind of projects that I want to build on on the blockchain because
Actually,
it's so
this
lightweight.
project that you see is built using Cello Composer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so are we ready to test the tool that you built?
Yes. Yes. So I just asked what can you do and provided me that
Can
yeah,
you
I
zoom
can
in more?
check. Yes. And it now knows that it supports Thirdweb Insights. I can query blockchain data. It can include events, transactions, token balances. So let's ask that me all the transactions done by, and then I can paste in my address. Let's see if it works. We can check the logs, but yeah, I don't think so. We have added any. Okay. Which chain are you looking for? It's working, I think. So it's asking me more questions to know. I want to use fellow chain. I think we can add some loaders. I don't have a direct function to fetch all transaction initiated by us and a specific address. I can either get transactions on entire Cello or transaction related to smart contract. Okay, so that's what I figured. The only problem is it did wrong functions. If you see, what we asked for
Can you
was
zoom in?
token
I
functions.
don't, I can't see it right now.
Yes.
Okay.
What we asked for is to add token endpoints, but it added
Yeah.
blockchain endpoints. So
Okay.
let's try that. If at least let's see if it works, and then we'll remove everything and then only add one at a time. So we can be like, give me last 5 transactions or something. Let's see what. Okay, we can just have conversation instead of having that. Wait. Okay. Let's see if I can either get all the transaction on entire Cello chain or transaction related to Cello contact address. I'll be like, give me last 5. Oh, wait. My keyboard battery is over. Give me a minute.
Just use Cello, no? From the Cello contract, the last 5
No,
Cello.
my
Oh.
keyboard battery is down. Give me 1 minute.
Oh, your keyboard battery is down. Okay. Okay. I will quickly, in the meantime, share the code. Okay. So this is where you can sign up for proof of ship. As I mentioned, the next season 8, we started in February, so season 8 starts the next Monday, and we have a very exciting partner announcement that might align with this workshop today. So if you are interested in building your own agents, just what we are really looking for on Cello for like proof of ship and what we're very interested in, and Viral has a whole list of ideas, is DeFi agents. And my recommendations, like, of course, you can ask Viral for his list of agents he would love to see on Cello. But what you can just do is go on Solana, go on Base, find the DeFi agents with most transactions. They're super popular. Look at how they are built, fork them, and build them on Cello, and then really understand how you can promote them and activate them on Cello. And that could be a really good proof of ship project. Or you build your own with following along with this tutorial. But in general, we have Aave on Cello, we have Velodrome, we have obviously Uniswap, we have all of the DeFi protocols. So you can really just, there's like so much opportunities for a DeFi agent, and we would love to see that. And so if you are interested in testing that out, Proof of Ship is still a very good program. We have a lot of amazing developer support. We have a really good community that is very lovely and supportive and very active. And we also have a builder showcase from Proof of Ship 7. The builder showcase will be on Friday, so you can see all of the updates of the project. A lot of the projects have been building for a few months. We also have a lot of, like, a few very exciting new projects that we're excited to announce and showcase. And yeah, so if you want to see what kind of projects we currently have, make sure to join here back tomorrow. You can also check out, I think the tweet just went out. If you go to this Twitter profile, you can also check out all of the projects and take part in the community vote, actually, and vote for your favorite projects. So make sure to check out this Cello Devs, and you will find the community vote for this season's Proof of Ship. Viral, what prompt did you just send? What are you working on right now?
Hey, sorry, I was speaking on mute. Sorry. So yeah, what happened is it added all the wrong tools, and my guess is because we have added llm.txt, which had only these tools. It thought that these are the only tools, the APIs available. So the task I gave is remove all the tools that are available that you just added and only add token lookup API, which is this. So what we'll do is we'll construct the tool. First, we'll just add one, and then we'll keep on adding more and more API support to it instead of doing everything all together.
Okay.
Okay, so if I see again, it has deleted all this code, which you can keep. Okay. Because if you can see, it just has one tool right now, look up token information by symbol and chain ID. That's all. So yeah, maybe we can now ask what is the address of CUSD, and then we can confirm if it has the right access. And this is the building block for any kind of DeFi agent. And that's why I took this API, because when you're having conversations with the AI agent, you don't want to go to a documentation, find the correct address, and then use it, because that also, like, that is a bad experience. So what if your agent knows the correct address? And right now, agents very easily hallucinates on the addresses, right? And you don't want that to happen, because if I'm sending tokens to you and LLM changed the address or hallucinated on the address, it can be to anyone, right? That's why we want to have a very reliable API that gives correct addresses. So it did something. Let's see. Okay, the API server is running. So we can go back to our chat, create a new chat, and just ask what can you do. It's actually very slow, right? Okay. I think there's an issue with the streaming of the content, but let's see. So it provided me option with Cello blockchain that we had. ENS looking up for token information is now available. So I can say what is address of USD on Cello. So now, if you see how it builds up, is that now I'm just saying that what is the address of CUSD. Next prompt will be what is my CUSD balance. And in that case, it will first make a call to fetch the CUSD balance, and then it will make a call to get my balance. I can just copy this, go to Cello scan, and quickly verify if this is the right. Should be right. Yeah, there we go. It's official CUSD address. Which other token do you want to try, so, Lena?
Can we try Kenyan shilling? CKES. It's with, yeah, CKES. Isn't it?
It's right? CKES?
Yeah. It's right.
Okay, so we have an address. Let's confirm. Oh yeah, it's correct. It's Kenyan shilling.
Okay,
So
very
yeah,
cool.
now we just added feature to look up for contract addresses and yeah, not hallucinate on it to be honest. So let's add something else. Now we can do token
Um,
prices.
Vera, we have like 4 minutes left. So,
Yep.
do you, yeah, that will fit in
I'll
four
just write
minutes.
one small prompt and we
Yeah.
can talk now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, nice.
That's all. So now it already has context on how to create tool and what are the metadata. So now I can give a small prompt and it should work.
Okay. Okay. What are DeFi agents that you've seen that you think are doing a really good job, or
Hmm.
like are we successful, or you've
But to
been
be honest, by
following?
far my favorite is BankerBot. Uh, and yeah,
Okay.
that's like amazing. It does a lot of things. I'm not sure I will be the top user, like I would be a user of it because I am a person who's like experienced in different protocols. I would prefer to directly do it. But for new person who's just introduced to Web3, it's a gem because it allows you to do everything without even going to any of the protocol. And what we are building is technically the same thing, but a very smaller version of it. But BankerBot allows you to do swapping, bridging, get more information, do some research, digging, everything that you can think of on crypto. It allows you to do it. So
Nice.
yeah, BankerBot is good. What else? I like Thirdweb Nebula as well, but it does make
Yeah.
mistakes sometimes. I've noticed it's not good at handling complex tasks. But okay, so it has added the code and server is live. Let's try. Okay, so in the same chat, we'll try. I'm not sure if it'll work in the same chat because it needs to have the updated tools access, but you can see what is balance of value right now. Sorry, not balance, but price. And so notice like I'm not given any addresses, but it knows that what API I need to make to get the address first, and then you'll make other API call to basically get it. But I think something broke. Yeah, something broke. So when something breaks, what I usually do is just copy the whole thing. It's a normal validation error. It's very easy to fix. You'll be like, fix it. So when you're building something, and if something breaks, two places you want to look at is your terminal, and you can also look at console. So this is where you see errors if it's a front-end error, but if it's a back-end error, you'll see it in the terminal. Okay, so it's planning about what to do. By the way, so I'm using Claude for thinking model, which is a little bit slow, but it iterates over the issues, it understands the issue, plans for it, and then start implementing, and which typically gives good results.
Okay. Nice.
Also, so next week, we are getting someone who is a non-technical person and does a really good vibe coding, Marco. So we'll be doing a small talk session and live session where he'll show his best tools that he use. And you all will get in perspective of how a non-technical person vibe codes a really good application. Right? So it'll be interesting to have a conversation with him. We'll announce the
Yeah.
timing and the dates, early next week.
Make sure that you invite all of your non-technical product people or founder personalities that have really good ideas that you want to like, where you think it would be really helpful for them to see how to like put them into reality. this workshop will be really helpful for them.
Yes. Okay, so now it has some linting error that it's automatically gonna fix. We'll just wait for it to fix all the lint errors. But technically what it did is it added a lot of context, which I think should not be there because we don't have this. Do we? Wait, it added all the wrong code again. Lena, do we have time?
How much time would you
I
need?
just want to run one more prompt. It will take around like 5 minutes. Let me check my calendar. Okay, I have time. We can extend it.
Yeah, let me just send one message. Yeah, let's do till 2:10, okay? And then
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, since it's updating everything, so what I want to instruct is that I only want to have two tools. That's this. Cool.
Do you think it took again the text file, or because you were not precise enough with saying only at this
Yeah, I was
function?
not precise enough. Yeah, I was not
Okay.
precise enough.
Yeah. It's really good. I feel like learning how to prompt your AI agent will also help you very much in like understanding how to do like project management with people, of how you communicate your expectations and also the scope of the work that you're expecting. I think it's like in general, it's not bad to be like study a bit the prompt engineering, right? I think there's like some courses on
Yeah,
prompt engineering. I think it's very helpful to, and I also get lazy. Like in the beginning, like you spend so much time on your prompt, and then in the end, you would just like do this, and then obviously
yeah.
it was just like,
I was saving time, but yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so while this is happening, I'll tell you a quick side project I'm working on, which is not exactly
yeah,
AI related, sorry, crypto related, but it's a AI agent. What I'm
mm-hmm,
using is something called N8N. You should check it out. It's like one of the best automation tool, which you can like connect your AI agent with different supports. Yeah, there we go.
yeah,
And this is the best thing about this, it's open source. So I had one extra laptop at my house. I just connected it with the internet. I am running an open source model and running this inside that server. So I can basically have a whole AI agent that is local, does not expose my credentials. And what I'm trying to do right now, at least, is connect it to my Telegram. So whenever someone assigns me a task, it automatically understands it and put it into my to-do list. Because Lena has complained I'm really bad at keeping track of my Telegram. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to do over the weekend. Let's see.
that is amazing. I love that. I think a lot of people in Web3 can benefit from that, no? I know we
Yeah.
also started using something, but then you always have to like rely on a third party, and sometimes you have like private data. So having your own infra makes a lot of sense. Nice. I love it. That's very cool.
Yeah, biggest problem or
Looking,
concern, I am
yeah,
very paranoid about data concerns, like who can own
yeah,
access my data. So that's the reason I'm doing locally. But you can choose
yeah.
to do it on a DigitalOcean or any AWS server. That's really fine.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. So I I can't wait. So it's so cool that you're building that. I love it.
Okay, so last try quickly. What's the price of seller? Let's open the terminal as well and see if anything tweaks again. Hmm.
And it broke.
Something broke. Yeah, expected a number. This is a typing issue. Like just 1 minute. Yeah, let's fix it.
Yeah, we still have 1 minute. No worries.
Yeah, Lena, like if you want to build an agent and there's no tech limitation, what would you automate?
I think event creation. I feel like I'm spending a lot of time with like setting up these events for all of the live streams, for all of the workshops I'm hosting, then creating all of the Twitter posts to announce those events. I feel like that, and like also creating the assets for the workshops, like sending
Hmm.
out I'm
So
always sending
what I
out
would
the same
suggest you
message.
to do is, I think you can automate a big part of it.
Yeah,
You can go into Anit and integrations,
yeah,
and you can search for the tools that you use. For example, if you're using Calendar to schedule, you can use this one. If you are
yeah.
using Canva, does it have Canva? I don't think so. What are the tools you
Does
use?
it have Figma? I use Figma. I use
Yeah,
Lemonade, but
it
Lemonade
has
has
figures.
a Figma.
Laminate,
I
I don't
use
think so.
Figma. Lemonade has an API, so I can just add that
Oh yeah, there
API,
is an
no?
HTTP
Yeah,
request. Yeah,
yeah.
there is an HTTP request.
I can use, and
Um,
then
there's
Telegram to send
Telegram.
like
Yeah, it
and then
has.
Google Docs because it's like I have one intake form for the
Yeah.
speakers. Amazing. Can't wait.
Now you just have to. So what I'll give you a trick. You go to Claude 4 and go Claude and say something like, I want you to create an Annotate workflow for these tools, and this is what I want to do. Claude has
Yeah,
everything to has basically has all the context around Annotate. So it'll give you a JSON
nice.
object, and you can save it in a file and then import it inside Annotate, and you have the whole workflow ready, and you can just edit it now. So yeah, like
Okay, cool. I will start working
check it
on
out.
that because that will be incredible. Very cool. Love that. That's also helpful for you for next week. You can I already wrote down the whole process. So now
But that is not
um
crypto related. But yeah, like if you are
yeah,
repetitively doing same thing again and again in a day.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I think it's done now. Let's just.
Okay. We have 1 minute, but I have a meeting and then I have to go to.
Cool. We can end in 1 minute. Just try it once.
Yeah,
If it still breaks, I'll fix it in the background, and then in the
yeah.
next call.
We will reveal the solution. It's a
By the next call, I
cliffhanger.
think I'll add all the tools in Insights, so we can work on a different
Okay.
tool.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Um,
It's still breaking.
okay. Well, that's a great cliffhanger.
And
I love it.
yeah,
Huh?
what's breaking? Okay, that's okay. I'll fix it,
Okay.
and in the next call, stay tuned. We'll fix it.
Stay tuned.
It's Gemini issue. This is Gemini issue. Sorry, my
Yeah.
bad. This is not our code breaking.
Okay.
If you use ChatGPT, it will work.
Okay. Well, um, tune in next week for the solution of this error. Very lovely to have you here today, Viral. Thank you so much for this session. I learned a lot again, as always. And then I just gonna remind everybody to sign up for Proof of Ship if you like this workshop, if you want to build a DeFi agent, follow along. And at the end of next month, you will be able to build a very cool, extensive DeFi agent. And yeah, just use Settle Composer. Get started with the AI agent template. Thank you so much, Meryl. Everybody, see you next
Thank
week.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.